Okay. Solve each equation by completing the square, so we want two answers for this because we all have quadratics on every one of them. And notice the b term is negative on every one. So you don't want a number in front of the x squared, and the b term has to be negative. Okay, in Algebra 2, you'll learn how to do this no matter what. Okay, so we're going to move over the 5. So x squared plus 2x blank equals 5 blank. We're going to take this number 2, divide it by 2, get 1, and do 1 squared, which will be 1, right? So plus 1 plus 1. This will turn into x plus 1 squared. The square root of x squared is x. The square root of 1 is 1, equals 6. Then we want to square root both sides. So x plus 1 equals plus or minus square root of 6. Then move over the 1. X equals negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 6 is going to be my answer. Piece of cake. Okay, on this one, we're going to move over the 12. So a squared minus 8a equals negative 12. Draw blanks. We're going to take the negative 8, divide it by 2, get negative 4 squared. You'll always get a positive. So we're going to add plus 16 to both sides. Now then, this will factor. A, the square root of a squared is a, drop the minus, the square root of 16 is 4, squared equals 4. Now then I'm going to square root both sides. So I'm going to get a minus 4 equals plus or minus 2. The square root of 4 is plus or minus 2 in it. Move over the 4. So a equals 4 plus or minus 2. My two roots would be 4 plus 2 is 6, and 4 minus 2 is 2. So those are my two roots. And let's continue with this. Only 2 minutes into the video. Okay, we're going to move the 21 over on this one. So we'll have x squared minus 4x blank equals 21 blank. The negative 21 turns positive. We're going to take the negative 4, divide it by 2, get negative 2, and square that. That would be plus 4, wouldn't it? So we're going to add 4 to both sides. This will factor. The square root of x squared is x. Drop the minus. The square root of 4 is 2. Equals 21 plus 4 is 25. And then we're going to square root. So we'll end up with x minus 2 equals plus or minus 5. Move over the 2. So x is going to equal to a positive 2 plus or minus 5. My two roots, 2 plus 5 is 7. 2 minus 5 is negative 3. Those are my two roots, or zeros. This one, move over the 3. So b squared minus 6b equals 3. Draw your blanks. We're going to take the negative 6, divide it by 2, get negative 3, and square it, and that's going to be plus 9. Then this factors. The square root of b squared is b. Drop the minus. The square root of 9 is 3 squared equals, this will add up to 12. So I'm going to square root the right and the left, and I'm going to get b minus 3 equals plus or minus square root of 12. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. B equals, and I'm going to move the 3 over, so it's going to turn positive, plus or minus square root of 12. Now then, when you get here, you can make 12. You can simplify it, can't you? You can pull a 2 out, right? So b equals 3 plus or minus 2 square root of 3. Technically, this is more correct than that.